describe lipedema as a hereditary, progressive, fat and connective tissue disorder where different parts of the body can be affected. Usually it's the legs, and they get bigger despite what you might do in terms of changing your diet and exercise.
The best way to describe it, and the way I describe it to everyone, is we all have fat cells. When you diet and exercise, your fat cells shrink. With lipedema, the fat cells don't work properly. So even with diet and exercise, they won't shrink.
I basically tell them I have a diseased fat condition, which mainly affects my legs. It causes swelling to the lower part of my leg, and it causes severe pain.
I would describe lipedema as diseased fat that differs to regular fat because it can't be removed with diet and exercise. It occurs primarily in your legs and arms and usually begins as a teenager with hormonal changes.
Sadly, I'm one of the people who was diagnosed with lipedema late. I was 55 years of age.
I first discovered that I had lipedema when I was about 47.
I was diagnosed at the age of 34.
I was 43 when I was diagnosed with lipedema.
When I was 36.
So I was 30, it was last January.
I was first diagnosed when I was 38 years old.
It was a difficult journey. I was diagnosed at 48 years of age. I had spent many years seeking a diagnosis. I went to many specialists, many doctors. I was always told that I was obese.
I've been searching for an answer for my problem for decades. I was diagnosed by Professor Neil Pillar at Adelaide Flinders University, so I travelled from my home in Bendigo.
I went and did research and found out that it looks like I have this disease, but how do I get a diagnosis? And this was driving me crazy. Finally, after lots of searching, I found that there was someone in Queensland that I could go to.
Received quite severe bruising when I had fallen over. The usual person probably wouldn't have got quite as much bruising as I got. Anyway, I had also been receiving quite severe pain. And then I mentioned to my sister-in-law, who's an aged care nurse, I was like, oh, I've been getting real painful legs and I'm going to go and get them checked. And she actually said, well, I've been wanting to say to you for a while that I am very concerned about your legs.
I was just watching the end of the project and I saw some women from the Lipoedema Australia Support Society raising awareness for lipedema in June and showing their legs. When I saw their legs and thought about my body, I thought, wow, we have exactly the same body types. And I listened to their story a bit further. I discussed it with my then partner, who was a GP, and he knew nothing about the disease, and even though I'd been living with him for a number of years, didn't know that I had it. All the doctors I'd had up until that point had failed to diagnose me with the disease as well.
My mum had a diagnosis of lymphedema, but we suspect now that because I have been diagnosed with lipedema that she actually had lipolymphedema.
And I knew that my sister had it and that my grandmother had it.
Both my cousin and my auntie have got lipedema as well, so when I said to them, look, I just can't seem to lose any weight, it's just not normal. I've been dieting and exercising for over 12 months and I've lost 400 grams, something's just not right. So they said straight away, that sounds like lipedema.